Whether you are a almost graduated college student, still a high school student, or maybe a seasoned professional looking for a career change, you may be considering an accounting internship. So in this video, we're going to discuss a little bit about what you can do to be the best candidate possible in order to land that internship. My name is Ariel. I'm a certified public accountant in the state of Florida with several years of experience in both public accounting and also industry accounting. And this channel is all about, careers in accounting, exploring careers in accounting, exploring accounting topics and finance topics and some business topics as well. So I've made a couple other videos regarding internships, including, when to apply for an accounting internship and how to succeed once you've received your accounting internship. So I'll link those at the end of this video and in the description for you to check out if you're interested in those. But in this video, let's talk a little bit more about what you need to do to be a successful candidate and to land your first accounting internship job. Again, accounting internships may come in the form, most of the time I'm talking about public accounting related internships here because that is going to be the most common type of internship you'll find if you're looking for an accounting internship, although this may apply to some industry accounting potential jobs as well. So one of the very first things that you're going to want to have is to look at GPA. So, in order to get an accounting internship in a public accounting firm, they're going to be looking for someone who has college experience, and you are going to want to have a decent GPA. The saying C's get degrees is not going to apply here. So in a lot of professions, they don't care what your GPA is as long as you graduate. But in accounting, they do care about your GPA, particularly when you're still a student and when you're looking into an internship. Now, after you have 5-10 years of experience, they're not going to be asking you in an interview what your GPA was in college, but for your first job or two, it's definitely going to be something, and especially for an internship, that is going to be important. And so super important to try to have a 3.0 or higher GPA to be competitive, at least. And also, that's overall GPA, but also in your accounting core coursework too. So sometimes firms might ask you about your overall GPA, but then they'll ask you about your accounting GPA too. So definitely want at least a 3.0. If you have at least a 3.5, even better, especially if you're trying to apply for very competitive firms like the Big Four firms. You definitely want to have a higher GPA if possible. So, first thing to be a good candidate, make sure you're doing good in school, make sure you have that good GPA, because that is going to definitely be one of the top questions that you're going to be asked in the interview. So that's something that can definitely help you stand out as a candidate. Another thing that you can do is to join some type of accounting organization. Most schools are going to have some type of various accounting club. If you can join one of those, that would be great. If you have that ability, if that's something that's offered where you're at, and especially if you, volunteer to be an officer or vote in to get an officer position, if you can swing that as well, that's definitely going to help you, like showing that you have that interest in getting involved with accounting organizations, and even possible leadership experience if you can get an officer position. Those are going to be things that help set your resume out from the rest. And then the next thing is actually going to be more of a soft skill, and that's just going to be having good people skills. So, having a good GPA, having other like accounting organizations or leadership organizations on your resume is going to help. But once you like get into the interview process, the biggest thing that's going to be important is going to be your soft skills, your people skills. So, when firms are looking for interns, they're not looking for someone who has a whole bunch of experience. They're not looking for someone who knows everything there is to know about accounting. And in fact, most of the time, there's going to be very, very little skill assessment period in those kinds of interviews. Instead, what they're going to ask you, they're going to ask you questions about why you want the job, and they're going to ask you what kinds of questions you have for them. They're going to ask you kind of who you are as a person. And one of the most important things you can do is be a person, right? Try not to be, sometimes it can be easy to be really nervous, but, try to connect with your interviewer. and just, show them that you know how to communicate, that you know how to talk to people. Because sometimes there's the stigma that accountants, are these people with like the calculator and the geeky glasses sitting behind a computer and they don't talk to anyone. But that is far from the case. If you work in tax, if you work in audit, if you do some type of like consulting job, you're going to be talking to a lot of people. You're going to be talking to clients. You're going to be talking to other coworkers. You're going to be, sending out lots of emails. And so having good, effective, clear communication skills, acting friendly, having a good, clean cut, like a good appearance. Maybe clean cut isn't the word I'm looking for. Just, a professional appearance. Those things are going to help you set you apart. It really is, I guess, like it really is a people element in the interview. You just need to be likable. And some people may say that, that's unfair, but, you got to remember, again, they're not looking for people who have all this experience. And so they have to judge you based on something else, right? And so they're going to be looking at your aptitude through your GPA, your extracurriculars, and then they're just going to be, acting like how you communicate and how you talk. So something to just help you stand out. Usually a lot of accounting firms, their interviews aren't like behavioral question based or skill based, as I mentioned. It's going to be more like general questions like, tell me about yourself. Tell me why you got into accounting. Tell me why you want to work here. Those expectations, things like that. So just being able to communicate clearly and effectively is going to help you be the best candidate to get an internship, right? Go in there and network with people. If you're in college, like that is such a really good time to, go attend events, try to meet firms. Like a lot of firms will give presentations at school in order to get you familiar with their firm, like interact with those people, get their business cards, do those things, and you will stand out and they will remember your name, and you will, hopefully get an internship through those experiences. So those are kind of just some things to set yourself apart to get an internship. Some places that you can apply, LinkedIn is a really good resource. A lot of accounting firms will post their job postings there, and then on their individual websites, if you're familiar with their different firms, those are going to be kind of the top places that I see most people apply. You can technically find those positions sometimes on like LinkedIn or Glassdoor, things like that as well, but definitely LinkedIn and their websites are going to be some of the best places for you to apply, or through campus recruiters and events. Those are going to be the places to, push out your resume when you are prepared for that. So if you want to learn a little bit more about when the appropriate time is to, push out those resumes and hopefully get that internship, or if you are already starting an internship and you want some tips, check out those videos in the playlist that I will, hopefully that I will have on my channel as well. So thanks, good luck with your search, and I hope you do well.